So recently I was pondering just sort of some larger questions about Christianity and what is the Christian life supposed to be like? What is or at least from time to time I should say. I kind of maybe ponder a bit, what is the Christian life supposed to be like? What is the norm? And we know the Bible speaks to a lot of specific situations, a lot of conditions, and so forth. But the normal day to day, what does that look like for the Christian? And I think that so anyway, I was looking at the Lord's Prayer. So the Lord's Prayer to me is interesting because prayer can feel like one of those things that it's like, well, I don't really know how I should pray. What should I should pray more. I should pray longer. I should pray harder. I should, um, and like there's people that do this intense fasting with their prayer or intense worship, and you're like, I don't know. I'm probably not doing a very good job of praying. But then, the disciples had some similar questions. They were like, "Hey, teach us how to pray, Jesus. We want to know how to do it." And I guess John had maybe had taught his disciples how to pray, so the Jews disciples they want to know too how to do it. And so Jesus did. He's like, "Well, when you pray, pray like this." And the prayer he gives, takes maybe I don't know if it takes 30 seconds to pray. Maybe a minute if you add some stuff to it, add some personalization or whatever. Um, and it's what's interesting to me about it. I was thinking about this last night. Is that while people have lots of like fresh takes on Christianity of like, well, it's not about really about sin. It's about abundant life, or and that maybe that's not a fresh take, but um, or it's not about um, you know, behaving rightly. It's about X, Y, Z, or whatever it may be. Um, and there's probably usually truth in whatever those fresh takes are, if you will. Um, but when you look at the Lord's Prayer, um, a lot of it is pretty simple. Now, the part that's probably maybe not the part that's probably a bit more foreign to sort of our Western version of Christianity is the part about let your name be hallowed, or let your name be um, revered. Maybe would be another word we could put in there. Um, and so um, that I think is worth digging into some more. But a lot of the rest of it is kind of it kind of feels like Christianity 101. It doesn't feel like advanced stuff. It doesn't feel complicated necessarily. You know, provide for my needs today. Um, Forgive me for the wrongs I've done. Forgive us our debts, or trespasses, as some translations might be, and perhaps affirming that we also are forgiving people around us, and then keep us you know from temptation, from the evil one. Um, so keep us from, so forgive us where we've sinned, forgive us where we have sinned. Uh, yeah, keep us from sin, forgive us where we have sinned. We forgive others where they've sinned, and provide for our needs. And it's kind of beautiful in its simplicity, and it's interesting too that Jesus was like, these religious people think that they're going to be heard. Essentially, it's like they think God is going to listen to them because they talk a lot. And Jesus said, "Don't be like that," as I recall the scripture. And then he goes and at some point he gives this prayer. It's very simple, like 30-second prayer or whatever. On this is how you should pray. And I don't know. It kind of makes you wonder sometimes if some of Christianity, if we drum up complexity in order to have something to preach about on Sunday mornings, like We need forgiveness from God. We need to forgive other people. We need to ask God to help us avoid temptation and the enemy. And we need to ask God to provide for our needs. Now, even that, I don't know. That's interesting. Actually, that's another interesting point. Maybe that'll be the next video.